無量天尊. Hi, everyone. This is your Jesus right here, and it's nice to see you all here again. Now, today, welcome to our open temple session, and today we have a new magical tool to talk about. So it's a ghost month, I know, but we have been talking quite a bit about the wooden sword, the metal sword, and also we talked about the bells. So today we're gonna get into one more tool that a lot of people will see me use all the time. Okay, these just like that. Okay, they are called the 球杆. In English, I don't know, is there any word for it? So it's more like a tablet, Tao tablet. Okay, so these things comes in like that. You can make them, make them yourself. You can buy them like they're pre-made ones. So doesn't matter. The key point is it a real one? What do I mean by a real one is that is it connected? Like you can get a phone, okay, a cell phone, but it's not connected to any surface. Then your phone is a fake phone. Like you do, and nothing happened. Okay, so fake phone. So these things need to be connected. And what are these for? Basically, it's a curved piece of wood, right? So simple. Now, um, let me tell you an interesting thing of how I made my own. Okay, now this one is a bought one, but I made one myself before, and that thing is in my local temple. But anyway, so the one I made myself, okay, I put a piece of wood, like really just cut a piece of wood, and make it like that thick. Mine is a bit thicker, but anyway, it's like that. And then you put two pieces of brick left and right. You put the wood here, and you put like some bricks in the middle, and stack it up. So and then you wet it, okay, wet the whole thing, and put a towel, wet towel over it, and you put some weight on the center, and basically after 2 days you take it out, and it's like that. Very simple. And then you can stain it, gloss it, make it fancy. Okay, yeah. So that's how you make it. But the hard part is to make it taper. Okay, so you gotta like know how to cut wood properly and or sand it properly because this wood is not a rectangle. It's basically this end is a little bit wider than this end. Okay, now there's a purpose for it. Okay, there's a purpose. So, what are these things for? Now, in Chinese history, like when there's still the king and the court and stuff like that, okay, people go to the king daily to report their duty. Okay, so everyone like you have to daily wake up like at 4 or 5 a.m. and then you're dressed up, and then by 7 you're supposed to be ready there reporting your duty or attending the meeting in the start of the day. So you know how it feels like 4 a.m. Okay, not fun. So in case of people forgetting things, these things are tucked at the belt. Okay, these things are usually tucked at the belt. They're like a fashionable thing. But the most important thing is they can take it out and then they write stuff on it. Okay, so you see, it's like a curved shape, right? So the inside of the curve is for you to write stuff. Okay, after you write stuff, you go like that. No one see your stuff. Okay, and when you face the king to talk, you can hold it like that. Okay, like this, and then read your own notes. So that's comparable to our tablet and smartphone and things like that today. So when you're like in a meeting, you take your smartphone and you're like, oh, okay, okay. Just keep swiping. The problem is these things have limited amount of space, right? So you can only like write so much. Now, however, you can also have like pre-written paper and then you stick on it. Okay, so basically you're done and you can like kind of flip over and it's like a strip. So you have like a few strips of paper and you can, keep flipping or ripping or whatever. Okay, so that's one way to do it. But most of the time when you see like in the movies, they just hold it blank like that, like nothing on it, and that's why people don't understand what's actually going on because in a movie they don't know what exactly people do with it, and they think it's just like something you have to hold in the hand when you talk to the king. And there's even a more funny thing, like a funnier thing, is that people believe that when you talk to the king, your mouth have to be covered. So you have to like talk like that in order to not directly have your mouth talking to the like spitting to the king. And that's not true because the king is like so far away. There's no way your mouth can like all the way there. Okay, so no way. Okay, so this thing is a memo pad. Okay, so basically it's for you to record stuff for the king. So the intention is you have something to store the notes, the information that you want the king to know on it, so that when you are like facing the king, when you go like that, everything is on the record. Okay, so this thing can be on the record. Okay, now you get the idea. So anything you want the court or the king to know on the record, you put it on here. Okay, so that's basically the historical part. Now, the technical part in the Taoist magic is we take this as a magical tool, and we have many ways to use it. It's very complex. So if you're an outsider looking at us, you don't even know what the heck we're doing. But here, this is what we do. Okay, we, for example, we face our altar. Okay, facing the altar, we hold the big head here, the big end, like that. Now, we hold the big head, right? We hold the big head. This is the small end that we are projecting outward. You see, my hand all the way, small end, okay? Small, okay? Now, in our theory, okay, big and small has the difference of Jun Bei, which is when you're big, like an adult, your job is to give, right? When you're small, like a child, your job is to take. Like the child is born, and you see the child always like, I want food, I want money, I want food, I want this, I want that, and a take, right? So child is not responsible for giving because they're not ready yet. So so simple. So when we hold the big end, we are actually doing the job as a small. Okay. Now our head right here, the small head, points to the altar, meaning that we are small now facing the altar. So we are here to request. Very simple, right? And then after I request something, okay, I request, for example, the power to purify the garden or something like that, okay? And then I go to the garden right here, okay? I take and then I give, this is the big head right now, to the garden, okay? See, that it's a directing, like it's like the sword is a direction tool. Okay, so basically you're giving command, communicating with your God and deities, and most importantly, sometimes you see we have to hold one of these to chant or do a spell. For example, okay, in our God in our God invoking ceremony, yeah, hold this one. It's a black one. So why we have different colors? It's very simple. Because they're like color coded for different properties, different things. So the black one we use for requesting, like black, negative, absorb, pull in. Okay. So when we use the black, we are talking to the other side and want them to come over. Okay. There's the white one. It's like when we want to send over. So white is usually used for like reporting things for the other side to know on record. I'll talk about that later. But talking about the black one. The black one we hold like that, and then you see I'll chant the God invoking spell. Okay, so when we do that, we are talking directly to the court, the celestial court. Okay, which is in a modern way of saying it, it's like your lineage power source. Okay, so where the like in the other world where your God and deity exists, that's where we call it the celestial court. So you're like talking to over there and requesting things. So when you hold the thing, you're requesting and you're wanting them to come. Okay, so yeah, next one. This is the white one, okay? The white one we usually hold by the small end, not the big end, but basically same idea, okay? We face the altar facing your God and deity, and then you report. Now, when will we need to report things like that? We are holding on the small, so the big head is facing the God. So we are actually doing the big job we're giving. Why are we giving? Well, we are outputting our information to over there. Like let's say, okay, you find me to do exorcism for you, right? I will have to gather information and tell the other side what's going on. So every time you give information to me, I take this and report at the altar so that my God and deity get that piece of information on the file. So after everything happened, like maybe today we did something for you and you told me some feedback, I will report it back. Or you send me an update email and say, oh, I have something I forgot to say. And then I will like, okay. And then you tell me the stuff, I report it back. So every little piece of information that I get from you, I will report to the gods and deities up there by using this tool. And after everything is done, maybe like on a Sunday or something like that, okay, I will do the actual ceremony. So it's like before the ceremony is actually executed, there's like already a bunch of information inside the file. You see how doctors work? Yeah. Doctors, every time you go there, they do a checkup and they write stuff on your file, right? This is the same thing. You have to keep writing stuff, okay? And then, oh, you have so many information now. Let's do it. And then the actual ceremony begins. So there's a lot of things to do, and it's very complicated. I know, but this is like how you can report and gather information to the people. I mean, the gods and deities who are actually helping you when you do the ceremony. Okay. Now the brown one that I showed in the first place, the brown one is for doing work and interacting together. So that will be used when we are like doing a ceremony, and that ceremony is like I keep working and I am talking to the other side at the same time, and at the same time I'm requesting them to also do things according to what I'm saying. So that is like an interaction. Okay, so imagine the flow. Okay, black is them come to me. White is me transmit to them. Now the brown is like interacting. Okay, like together, communicating like that. So that's the basic of the Gan, and it's not a big secret. I mean, like how do I say it? It's like if you're not inside the lineage and not really learning Taoism, then it doesn't really matter to you. And but it's kind of like look very mysterious because you don't know what it's about. Okay, but then if you actually know what it is about, it's actually like one of it's like looking at people brushing their teeth and you never touch a toothbrush before. Okay, it's just something very simple, but it needs to be done. And also, the most important thing is it needs to be connected to the other side, right? So, in order to do that, it's not like you just get a piece of thing and it physically look like that, then it works. It doesn't work like that. So, you need to like go through a whole ceremony to first of all you need to communicate and channel to the other side, and then you need to do your thing to connect it up, and then get their approval and authorize it. And also, you need your stamp and all that stuff. A lot of things to be done, and you also need to verify are they actually connected or not, right? So there's like tons of things to do. It's not just buying the physical object that matter. Now, what if I like? What if you cannot buy these things anymore? Like no one makes it anymore. It's fine. Cut a piece of wood, make it yourself. If you don't have a piece of wood, take anything, a clipboard or whatever. Anything can be a chilgan as long as you know what a chilgan is and you have the real connection with the gods and deities that you can actually talk to them and actually get their feedback, then that thing can be real, right? It's like you talk to a person, if you can talk to them and they can listen and you guys both agree, this is the piece of paper that we communicate with. Okay, sure, why not? I mean, like, yeah, they are alive. You can talk to them. Okay, so basically, that's one thing that I think most people don't understand is that Taoism magic is not like a ritual where you just do it and facing the air and you don't know what's going on. Okay, it's very interactive. When you do it, you can actually know and feel what's going on, and the other side will talk to you, and it's not like just talking to the wall. Okay, but of course to get there, it takes a while, and not like the newbies can do it. So the newbies followed like a ritual where you just do it and following the instruction like a robot. Okay, so as you do, you get higher up, and when you get there, then you can understand what I'm saying. It's like when you're talking to God. Basically, we're like a medium. You can actually talk to them. It's not like just doing the physical action. Okay, anyway, so we'll talk more about these kind of things next time. And thanks for watching. Okay, we will see you tomorrow. 福生无量，大天尊，尊。